you know what time it is. Tea time.
Yo, what is up? It's your boy Amonte T, and welcome to the first podcast, the Tea Time Podcast. Today's guest, we have Rhythm from Darzi Studios. Listen, it's about to be a crazy show, a lot to talk about, a lot of tailoring questions that I got about suits. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's help me welcome Rhythm. What's good, my boy?
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Congratulations, bro, on the pod. I can't wait for the listeners to listen to what you have planned. It's gonna be sick. Thank you for having me as the first guest. Truly an honor. And I can't wait to tell them all about Darzi. And you've seen the studio, and give them all the tea.
The studio is crazy in New York. If you guys didn't go there yet, I really highly recommend go there, get tailored, get fitted. It's a vibe, honestly.
Plus, I'm gonna be plugging this entire podcast.
I mean, you got a coffee maker over there as well, right?
I got rid of the coffee maker.
Oh, you did? Okay.
This is just so I can go out on walks.
It's okay, we can have beers then, right? Oh, by the way, cheers.
Cheers.
To tea time.
To tea time. Merry Christmas Eve.
Yeah, Merry Christmas Eve, yo. But thanks for hopping on.
Of course.
I really want to talk about Darzi Studio and how you got into it in the beginning, and what really made you want to get into it, and what really drove the motivation to get into tailoring and suit fitting and all of that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, bro, it was you've known me for such a long time. I've always put effort into the way I dress. I always liked fashion. I always liked dressing up, and I kind of use it as a medium to showcase my personality, and I think that's what fashion really does. Tailoring kind of happened accidentally. I think there was this one green suit that I wore to this reception, and I got the craziest compliments on it. And you obviously gassed up.
I think I remember.
I think you were at this reception.
Was that at Legacy Castle?
It was at Legacy Castle.
Oh my god! Yeah. I remember
this
that.
This was 4 or 5 years ago.
Wasn't it the little?
Yeah, the robe.
Yes. Oh my god,
dude! It was a unique style.
Yeah.
And I wore it. It was something that was an experimental thing, right? It was out of the ordinary, and people received it really well. And I'm I started scratching my head. This is something that I truly enjoy because, experimenting different styles. Suits, if you look at the history of them, they don't really change, right? You have a peak lapel, notch lapel, shawl lapel, and you've had that for generations and generations. So adding that little robe was a cool little,
That sounds like gibberish to me, by the way. What'd you say? What'd you say?
I thought you said what I said was gibberish.
No.
Let's see, this tea is hot.
I'm sorry, no. The tea is good. The tea is really hot. No, I'm talking about...
Oh, the peak lapel, shawl lapel, notch
What is
lapel.
that?
So it's basically the lapels of the jacket.
Oh!
So this is a peak lapel.
Okay.
And a notch lapel is basically a triangle, but it's an inverted triangle.
Oh, those are the tux ones.
Those are the most common, used for professional settings. Okay. You could use it for a tuxedo too.
Okay.
The shawl lapel is basically a rounded lapel. And that is usually used for the groom or special galas or a dinner jacket or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My bad to cut you off, but
no.
You were saying about suit and how you got into it?
Yeah, I mean, it was honestly that party, a little joke, but a tidbit, definitely sparked the interest. Mm-hmm. And then from that, bro, I had people come up hey, can I get something like this or whatever, and then started working with people, saying getting them stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When I say people, mostly friends and family, and honestly, everyone was so supportive in the beginning, and they still are.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I really got started. I would say the first even 100 clients, 50 clients were all friends and family or friends of friends and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it allowed me to get closer to them, and fashion is a really personal thing. So designing for them was kind of cool. It allowed me to brainstorm on new ideas. And then from there, it just kind of took off, and I was doing this alongside my 9 to 5. Mm-hmm. And as soon as they were yo, you got to come into the office, I was peace out. I'm going to do this full time.
Yeah.
Scary in the beginning, but we're about 3.5, 4 years in now, and we've got our own studio space, which I'm super excited about. We just got it this year in September. You've seen it, and you got to see the new updated version of it. I did a little bit of additions to it.
Okay.
And now we're not even just a suit company or someone that just makes suits or just tailor suits. We're a custom design house, so you can kind of come to me with your ideas, and we can collaborate on not just one garment, an entire wardrobe for yourself, right? I think the generation today, and even just men in general, is just so misguided on when it comes to fashion. Mm-hmm. And fashion tips. Mm-hmm. And just putting together an outfit. So my job is to honestly work with you, understand who you are as an individual, what you're willing to experiment with and what you're not, and also kind of push you out of your comfort zone. Mm-hmm. And build this, wardrobe for you, whether it's for a quarter, whether it's for an entire year. that will directly, and you can quote me on this, will directly translate into you having a better quality of life. Wearing better clothes that fit you.
You feel good.
You feel good.
Yeah.
You feel more confident.
Mhm.
It's like a second layer of skin, right? And you have a favorite color. You can wear it as a suit. You can wear it as a jacket, and you can
100%.
showcase that.
I do remember even when I first met you, your style was always phenomenal. I'm
Appreciate
like,
it.
yo, I think
I
I
self-proclaim it a lot. But
Yo, no,
it's good to hear.
I'm telling you, when I first met you, I don't know, I don't remember the exact first time, but I think it was a modeling show. You were modeling? I forgot.
Dude, I did this like beauty pageant. I hate to say this, but
No, but when I saw you and you were what you were wearing before you got into their clothes,
yeah.
I was like, yo, this guy knows how to dress.
I appreciate that, man.
I think I complimented. No, I really did. I was like, yo, I always complimented this guy. Every time I saw him, I was like, yo, this guy knows how to dress. Like it's just like giving me old money vibes. You always had that, and like so like to see you have own studio, tailoring studio, custom design.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, this is like perfect. Cause like I've known you. Like when I think of fashion, I think of you. It's like, yo, I literally text you.
I'm like, yeah.
Like, yo, let me know what I should do. You know, and your recommendations are always top notch. Yeah. And like, it came together, and that's awesome.
It accidentally happened, but I'm so glad that it did, because honestly, the amount of different types of people from all walks of life that I met by doing this, not only like professionally helped my network grow, but like also just opened my eyes out to like the different types of individuals that are out there. Growing up, I was also just a very like quiet kid. I wasn't really like super confident or whatnot. And I think a lot of that was taken away with how I started dressing up and fashion, and it got me out of my shell. And I feel like even today I had a client come in, and I was telling him to like, it was such an odd request. He wanted to get like a different color. Like his favorite color is like the buttonhole thread right there. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, honestly, like I pushed him towards doing that, and it could just be a talking point. Like you have no idea how many times like people will come up and say like, hey, like that's a cool button, or that's like a cool little tidbit to your suit or the outfit that I'm wearing.
Yeah.
And boom, conversation starts. Mm-hmm. So going as like a really quiet kid into someone that is, I guess, peacocking a little bit when they're wearing their outfits, it really makes me prone to having people come up and chat, or me going up and chatting with them, or like, saying whatever. But it kind of, I don't know what, it's like the chicken or the egg. I don't know if it's like the clothing that makes me more confident, or I'm confident and then I wear my clothes and it makes me even more confident.
I think it's both, a little bit of both. I mean, look, fashion for you growing up, I mean, I've seen, we grew up together. Yeah. So like I've literally seen you always dressed up, and like I feel like, yo, I always had questions. I'm like, yo, like,
why the hell is he dressed up?
Like, dude,
does he own a pair of sweats?
Exactly. Yeah, like, what are you wearing, bro?
I know.
Like, what the hell? Like, where's your sweater from? Like, where's like this is all so dope, you know? Like
this look is entirely inspired by Ralph Lauren. I love their purple label. So not many people have a corduroy like suit. I was like, gotta get a corduroy suit.
And this is Darzi as well.
This is Darzi as well, yes. Yeah, this is actually first. And this is polo as well. So it kind of goes with things that I see out in the market, and like not so much trends, but things that I just like kind of gravitate towards. Mm-hmm. Kind of embodying that in the ethos of the brand as well, and wearing it alongside things that I make, right? Like I know what I'm good at making, and I know what I'm not good at making. So if I can combine both and make the look altogether cohesive, I think that's like it's a win for me.
Yeah, 100%. I did have this one question, and I think people would like to know as well.
Yeah.
The name Darzi, where does it come from? Why did you think of that? And like what like made you want to be like, let's name this company Darzi? It's a dope modern name, but why?
Yeah. It's actually not as modern as many people think. I know it sounds cool, and especially like people that don't know what it is. It just means tailor in Hindi. And it's sorry, I was getting a call. I told them that I was on the pod.
You want to let them know?
It means tailor in Hindi.
Okay.
And honestly, the idea it wasn't really like a methodological like approach to naming the brand the way it was. I was confused on what to name the brand. You have other suit companies like the Suit Supplies of the world and Indochino, and I would bucket them into, they're good at what they do, they're great at what they do. Mm-hmm. I would bucket them into like more of like a corporate like fast fashion sort of version of what a tailor is supposed to be, versus you have like other bespoke tailors that are very, very specific on what they do, and they usually are the namesake of the brand. And I was like, I like my name. I get compliments on it, them saying I just couldn't imagine that as a label. Mm-hmm. I also just, it was like, what's the most simplest way? Darzi means tailor. And once I decided to do that, I kind of like dug deeper. It's kind of like a backwards journey.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so interesting. And I was just talking about this today with a client too. He asked the same question. Like, India, like, it's such a vast, it's a country with like such a vast history, right? And they have, it's from generations and generations, and they have, and everyone knows around the world that have this like caste system.
Mm-hmm.
And this little bit of information that I was able to pick up like really stood out to me, and I was so glad that the name is Darzi,
Mm-hmm.
because in those caste systems, it's really hard to kind of move up, right? Like once you're like in the caste, you're just kind of stuck, right?
Yeah.
You know, and India is a country that's so diverse,
Mm-hmm.
but the disparity between the citizens is so large,
Mm-hmm.
where this is a common theme, regardless whether you're in like a major city like Delhi or Mumbai, or you're in like a village.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing is so common in all of the cast is that every single one of them has a Darzi. They have a tailor that they go to. They go to this Darzi no matter how much they make, no matter where they live, no matter where they come from, their backgrounds. And I was like, yo, that's dope, right? That's like a common ground that like no matter what you ask, like they know what a Darzi is, right?
Yeah.
So I say it in the Indian accent, Darzi, that's how you say it. But you know, obviously we're here in the States.
Darzi.
Darzi.
I always say Darzi.
And then I started adding studio to it because I didn't want to just be like known as like a tailor, because I'm not like a tailor. I would consider myself as a designer.
Yeah.
But I can tailor the garments that you want, but I help you design the garments that you want as well.
Interesting. And then the South Asian, you kind of mix it into that as well. I know some of the suits that you have, they have like a little South Asian taste to it.
Yeah, man. If you look at all the major fashion brands, like you know, you look at Dior, Versace, like even you know YSL. You look at you know any pretty big fashion house that has intricate designs. Even Amiri, I think you know there's certain parts of their clothing takes influence, like sequencing, embroideries, and things like that. Mm-hmm. Not to say that it can't be done in any other parts of the world, but I think India is just genuinely really, really good at that.
And I think South Asian movement right now as a whole
is insane.
It's
you know,
music, fashion,
100%.
It's going crazy.
Bro, I was born in India, and you know, being someone that like migrated to this country, even though it was at a very young age, and I was able to soak up the culture here, I always felt like I didn't belong, so I tried so hard to belong, and I stepped so far away from the Indian culture. And now, as I get older, and now with the brand, I want to get even more closer to my culture and showcase that.
Yeah, that is.
I'm sure you had a similar experience.
100%. Like, I mean, I think as immigrants, we went through a lot. I mean, not us, our parents. Yeah, let's get some more tea. Yeah, 100%. But as our parents coming into this country, I think they took a lot of struggles. They had a lot of struggles that they went through, but also we did, like trying to blend in, trying to find our identity, I guess, in there, right?
Yeah.
Like I remember I was friends with a lot of like African Americans, Spanish people, white people, like, but it didn't feel I felt like I have to be friends with them, right?
Yeah.
Not like I'm not saying anything like.
What are you trying to say?
No, I love my Spanish people. I love my black people, but I'm just saying like now I feel like 2025, the current age that we're living in right now, it's like yo, I want to show people Punjabi music.
100%.
I want to show people Indian dresses, the suits and everything.
And you did that so well at that last party that you had, bro. And was it Ivory Peacock, right?
Oh yes.
Tulum. What is it? What is the venue name?
The Plume.
The Plume. Yeah,
yes,
yeah. Bro,
yes.
that was such a fun party. Like you mixing Punjabi music with like you know the hip hop music that's like now and trending, and you know we're used to hearing stuff. That was
and that's what we. So see, we like you and I and many of us that are modern Daisies.
Yeah.
We want to listen to Drake. We want to listen to Kendrick. We want to listen.
We're brown boys, yeah.
I said both letters name. I said both Drake and Kendrick right behind each other. Anyways.
Yeah. I don't know how they're gonna feel about
that. Yeah. But no, you know, like we love listening to Daddy Yankee and all of that.
Yeah.
But then we also want to listen to Gala and Angela.
100%. Oh man.
So
100%.
like, shout out to my boy DJ Timeless. You know.
Oh, dude, yeah, 100%.
Me and him.
You guys killed it.
He's gonna come on the podcast too soon. Anyways, but yeah, man, we came up with this concept. It's called Brown Noise, and like you experienced, we want to be able to move forward the South Asian music with also carrying like American like music as well,
100%.
Hip hop, Spanish, anything, right? And that's the same thing as incorporating. I know you meant your suits.
Yeah.
You incorporate South Asian like kind of
Influences, 100%.
100%. Yeah, and I think that's so cool because like there's another brand I saw. I forgot it was a woman's clothing line. They were making shawls, but it was like a chunni.
No way.
Yeah, I
Was it
forgot.
an American brand or?
It was an American brand.
Is it Boutique?
Ah man, I don't know the name, but I know there's like I saw TikToks of the Desi influencers, the girls,
Yeah.
and they were like, oh, now they want to do South Asian like Indian kind of culture into their American, which is
Dude,
cool.
Prada selling chappals, bro.
Really? Oh, well, yeah. Look, it's crazy. I mean, but that's coming back to how we're moving forward. Like I think there was a time actually. I know I'm gonna always incorporate music as well, but there was a time. Well, there still is. Spanish, Hispanic music was always popping. Like it took a while.
Beats are so good.
Yeah. So now I feel like people are getting used to South Asian music. Yeah. You know? Just like
music from a different language, yeah.
Exactly. And whether it be designs, suits, our kurta pajama, like people wanna like wear that.
It's unique, it stands out, and like, you know, I think it's introduces to them a new, I hate to use the word exotic, but you know, they tend to use that.
Yeah.
But it does, right? It's like something, it's like the unknown. They haven't experienced it. And what you were doing with music is very similar to the fashion thing too, where
100%.
it's like
I think it goes hand in hand.
100%. Yeah. It generally it goes back to the personality of the person. It goes back to how they want to feel. And it's more or less the same thing.
And then I know Fashion Week, Diljit killed it with the
At the Met Gala?
Yo.
This is gonna be an unpopular opinion. But I wish he did.
He did really?
I know.
Well, no. I feel like, okay, my opinion.
Yeah.
I feel like he kind of showed and portrayed the Desi, like he literally wore a kurta pajama. Well, I mean, I'm sorry.
The Sherwani, basically.
Sherwani, sorry.
Yeah.
Sherwani.
Look, he looked great, and I love Diljit, and I think like his fashion sense is top notch. I think, you know, his personality is top notch, and him as just as an individual, he's like the best. He's the GOAT, in my opinion. I don't know how Karnaja would feel about that, but you know, he to me is someone that like, I was like, dude, I want to wear a bug because he wears cool ass bugs that he matches with his outfits and stuff, right? So he incorporates this culture into his personality, into his fashion. But this is an unpopular opinion because there's a strict theme to the Met Gala. It was like dandyism. It was like to showcase this culture that like the African American society had in the States back in the day. And I don't know too much about the history of it either, but there's a strict theme, and I feel like he went against the grain about that because I have seen him wear suits and he's rocked them so well.
Yeah.
If he showcased that
with a South Asian touch,
with his bug, right, with him as his individual personality, rather than going like the Sherwani route.
You know, next time maybe you should just hit up Darzi.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, I told you I was gonna be playing.
Yo, Diljit, what you doing, bro? We got Darzi in the house. Come on, man. No, but I know. I guess I understand what you're saying. And yeah,
I look,
it's true.
His look was great. I don't want to like say that his look was not good. It was great, dude. He looked amazing, and I thought it was really symbolic. I thought it was, you know, it was really well put together. Even the designer did a great job. But I think he himself is such a loud personality. It would have been just more of like a bigger splash in the South Asian community, or even just the community altogether, or the people attending the Met Gala is like, dude, look at this guy in a bug wearing our fashion and killing it. Because he will do that, and he has done that, right?
Yeah,
like,
that is true.
Bro, I hate the brand Balenciaga. I'm sorry, I was gonna say it. I just don't. I'm not a big fan. It's streetwear. I'm not a streetwear guy.
Yeah.
When he wears it and with his bug and he's like, you know, he got that swagger, I'm like, shit, dude, this is fucking dope. Yeah.
That's true.
So I think he has it in him, and I think that he could have done that. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But he killed it. He looked good.
Yeah, he looked good. But I do understand that maybe. Hold on. Well,
I'm just a bit picky.
Correct me. No, that's fine. We all are. But I wanted to ask the theme, like you said about the Met Gala.
Yeah, dandyism.
That I'm assuming
that's right. Dandyism, but it's dandy. So basically that's really like loud. I don't know the right terminology for it. Like over the top, like suits, like tailored.
But it has to be suit related.
It has to be tailored. It has to be tailored.
Okay.
Right. That was the theme. It has to be in the silhouette of a suit. It didn't necessarily have to be a suit. It could have been the long suit. I mean, the Wizard of Oz, Shah Rukh Khan, where he wore.
Yeah, like that. Something like
That
that.
was so.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Oh yeah, I
Why the
forgot.
hell did you do that?
I forgot. Shah Rukh Khan was there. I'm talking about
People
Gucci.
forgot, bro. It's not just
Yeah,
you. People
yeah,
forgot.
yeah.
And yo, he's such a loud personality, dude. That guy
Yeah.
looks good in like a white tee and jeans.
Yeah.
So like
It's
him being
crazy.
overshadowed with this, it's like, come on, man.
Shout out
We
to
should have done a.
Yo, he
done a
killed
better
it.
job.
I forgot. Now that I'm thinking
I'm
about
sorry,
it.
this is gonna be clickbait, but I promise. We're gonna be like, this guy's hating.
No, yo, we're not hating. We're just saying that what we think and what we like, and as an artist, yourself and a designer, I feel like he's coming up with a different. Yeah, next time he just hit up Darzi.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, honestly, he's.
But going back to Shah Rukh Khan, actually, can we talk about Shah Rukh Khan real quick? His suit was actually not bad.
It was not bad. It looked good. It looked really good.
I think there was a lot of compliments on him as well.
There was a lot of compliments. I think he focused a lot on the jewelry. I think it was just mostly black, which is what like make it a little bit louder. But I heard and I read, not heard like someone told me, but I read that he's just like really specific about what he wears, and I think black is something that he feels the most comfortable with.
Oh, okay.
And I think the designer even like said that because he did get some pushback on like why didn't you go all out and dress him up in different colors, whatever, to stand out.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's Shah Rukh Khan, man. He's
gonna look
like,
good regardless.
Yeah, he looked great. He looked great.
Yeah. He pulled it off.
He pulled it off.
That suit was crazy.
I will say, out of everyone at the Met Gala, I think Lil G's definitely in my top 5.
Yeah.
100%. Just for what he did and what he's able to accomplish. But come on, next time. Come on.
What Gunnosa hasn't been on the.
No, he hasn't. But he's done some cool stuff at like.
Yeah.
I don't know what's the Canadian awards that they have.
Oh, the Juno Awards.
The Juno Awards. He's always wearing some cool stuff. He wears Amiri a lot, and Amiri's like one of my favorite brands. I think the story of Mike Amiri is so dope too.
Yes.
Bro, from what I read, like he used to make clothing for musicians, and he would just give them the outfits of his designs. And through that, he got popular, and people started requesting him, and became this like tailoring house and whatnot. Which is why you'll start seeing him going back into tailoring.
Yeah.
At least that's what I read. So
Maybe we gotta get him on the show, you know?
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, that'd be so good. I would love that.
That would be awesome.
Same thing.
The reason why I wanted to mention Gunnosa is I think he kind of has it all. Like he can wear and rock like streetwear, and then also wear a suit and look good.
Yeah,
so
he looks good in a suit too.
Like I really want. Maybe this year he might. When it's coming up, right? Fashion Week or something.
I mean, it's happening all around, but the spring and summer fashion week are gonna happen.
Okay. It's actually crazy. Manav, my brother, he is gonna be on Fashion Week.
Oh no way, really? Yeah, I heard you were gonna be in Fashion Week.
I don't know, bro. I'm waiting for that email.
I thought you got it.
No, I got that. I got the application.
Well, they better hit you up.
Yeah.
I got that application for it.
Yeah.
And then I'm waiting for that team to respond back and go through with it.
Oh, okay.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah, hopefully, man.
Yeah, after he's on that, I'm gonna put him on. He's gonna be our guest too.
Yo,
please, man. I love that.
You know who's gonna be on Fashion Week, bro? Darzi Studio.
Yo, that's what I was literally going into that. I'm like, yo, is that something that you wanna?
You know who I'm gonna be shooting for, bro?
Oh, I know.
Darzi Collection.
Yo, let me know about the after
party. Collection.
Yo, let me know about the after party.
W26, W26 or W27.
Yeah, yo, look, it's gonna be a great year. You know.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I have a lot of big plans for the brand. I have a lot of big plans for myself. You've been hitting me up to go on trips.
Yo,
when I go on some trips.
We're gonna do that.
Yeah.
You know, I got that suit from you, which I gotta pick up.
Yeah. Oh man, I should have brought it today.
No, it's okay.
Straight from the office.
It's all good.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to rock it. You know, I really wanna. I always tell everybody about your brand.
Appreciate you, man.
I want to rock your suits.
Yeah.
I want to, let everybody know because a lot of people ask me as well, like, yo, what suit is that? Where you get it from, right?
Yeah.
So I can't wait to rock that. 2026 is gonna be crazy.
I mean, dude, the plans that I have for 2026 are pretty insane. I mean, I think this year really showed me what I could do with the brand. And I think having that studio space really was like the push that I needed to really showcase my personality, but also like host, right? So like any single time that anyone comes in, I always say host. And the goal is to have this place where you can come in, feel comfortable. We're talking about something super, super personal about you, how you want to dress, and what you want to exude out into the world when you're stepping out in a Darzi suit or Darzi garment, whatever it is. And I think it's really important to have that place. So anyone that comes in, even today, and I'll have like a glass of whiskey with them, and I'll just open them up a little bit and be like, hey, like, what is it that you're trying to accomplish?
Yeah.
And to my surprise, it's so different from one person to the next. Everyone's so individual, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
And it's been so fun, bro. It's been so fun.
That's
So
awesome.
so next year it's focusing on a core line of things that I have seen worked for myself and for other clients, and something that obviously at the end of the day, it is a business. You want to make sure that aspect of it is always churning out good products, getting money into the business, and obviously we can talk about that all day.
Of course.
So I definitely want to focus on that. So like a ready to wear collection. I did one. It was unsuccessful. Learned my lesson. Now is the
All
time.
the experience.
100%, 100%. And it was good. I had to fail first kind of situation, right?
Yeah.
So that's definitely coming. And then the private tailoring, bro. Like it's getting to a point where I genuinely need to make sure that I manage my time appropriately, because there's a lot of appointments that are happening.
Yeah.
And I want to just make sure I'm able to give enough time to every single individual. I got to be better at cutting people off sometimes when it comes to the timing, because sometimes an appointment will run into like 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's not shit. Like I shouldn't.
Because you're having a good time and talking and learning about them.
100%. It's great, but then also presenting too many options to a client also works against me, because it's like if I show them everything, they're gonna be so confused, right?
So going back to, you said, and correct me if I'm wrong, you are working on off the rack kind of suits that are already made.
Yeah.
With different sizes for people.
With different sizes, I think the misconception is that like tailoring is expensive, and don't get me wrong, it can get expensive. It really just depends on the fabric. Our price points are pretty economical, and we always kept it that way. But when it comes to ready to wear, I think it just allows for scalability for the business. Like, if you want a Darzi suit and you've seen someone wear it at a party, but you're just visiting town, right? And you don't have time to stop by the studio, but you still want a part of the Darzi, you still want to emulate that design and wear it. I want you to have the access to it at least.
That's actually good.
Yeah, man. And it's going to be very different from fast fashion, where it's like not very different, but different enough where I add my own touch to it.
Yeah.
Or give you the convenience at least to go out and alter it.
Yeah.
So let's say you buy a suit from Zara today, right? And I wore Zara suits growing up. I wore Express suits growing up. They're great, bro.
Yeah.
Like, for the money, right?
Yeah.
But it's so hard to alter them. So I was stuck between sizes, and I couldn't really change and manipulate them in the way that I really wanted to showcase me and my physique at the time, and as we change, as we grow. Whereas I want to introduce this ready to wear line, but I'm going to make sure that the allowance within the fabric is enough so you can go out and just alter it on your own. So you're kind of getting like a DIY, do it like yourself, custom suit in the same design that we have, but off the rack, where you can then go to a tailor. Obviously, you're going to spend a little bit more money depending on the tailor. Where you can then just say, hey, I want to
make it fit to me,
and it has the allowance in there. So a little different than fast fashion. They do it because obviously it's more efficient for them not to put the fabric in there.
It's actually way different, because I know getting a suit from, even right now, if you go to Zara, it's either it fits you or it doesn't.
It does, exactly, and it's hard to alter, right?
Yeah,
so you can do certain things.
So hard.
You can hem the pants a little bit. This is more so like I want to taper the pants. I want to take out the pants. I want to make it more relaxed. So just to give you all that access, just to give you that accessibility of having that stepping stone into a custom suit, even though you're not coming in and I'm not measuring you, you're not going through the fabric, you're not selecting it. But I think doing this for such a long time, I know the trending fabrics and confidently can say like, this is going to look good this season, or this is going to be the most, complementary to the current wardrobe that you have based on what I've seen.
Yeah.
So here, take a little piece of Darzi, and then, hopefully that entices you to come to the studio and actually get a custom piece of your own.
Interesting. No, that's actually cool.
It's a win-win situation.
Yeah. No, that's dope.
Yeah.
It's like, I know I had issues with just buying a suit from off the rack, and the pants didn't fit me, the blazer didn't fit me. Even though I got it tailored, it was not what I wanted.
Yeah.
But that's a cool idea, and hopefully much more success for you.
Yeah, man, I'm open.
I want to jump back to one thing.
Yeah.
Is Darzi going to be on Fashion Week next year? Is that a plan? Not next year, the next 2-3 years.
I think it's definitely a plan. I don't think it's going to happen next year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to say I don't think. It's not going to happen next year. I think there's been so many learning moments in the business, and there's still a lot of things that I'm ironing out. I very much like the private nature of the business. I want to focus on this ready-to-wear line and try to get it at least online and, try to expose more people to it.
Yeah.
And, me as a designer, I also want to feel confident in my ability to give you the people the best collection that Darzi has to offer.
True.
I think learning from the first collection that I did, it was like a hodgepodge of things that I just genuinely would wear
Mhm.
and I found cool. But I don't think, my design, my style and aesthetic is different than your style and aesthetic than the next person, right? You might not be comfortable in wearing certain things that I'm wearing, and likewise, right?
Mhm.
So I think a Darzi collection should obviously showcase my design abilities, but also the ethos of the brand. Which also should be universal, where
Yeah.
like you can look at it, at least in my mind, you can look at it and you can be like, I can rock that.
Yeah,
And
true.
to make everyone looking at it feel the same way or feel that way is a hard thing to do. So I want to really just be in the studio and really cook something up that I'm really confident in.
I will say your designs, your the way you make your suits is definitely different than any other suit I've seen.
Oh man, I appreciate that.
Like I know you did the little shawl. What's his name?
Mothers.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mooted.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
that was dope.
That was sick, right?
And he told me, and then had the little
the
clip.
belt clip on it. Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
so like that's what I'm saying. When I saw it, it kind of like attracts people to be like, yo, I want to wear that.
Yeah.
So like I know like even the off the rack suits that you're gonna make,
Yeah.
is it gonna be like that?
Yeah, 100%. That's the goal. It'll still be the same design and aesthetic.
Okay.
It's just gonna have the extra allowance, and it's gonna be off the rack.
Okay,
So it's
cool,
more
cool.
it's a little bit more affordable, and then it's also more accessible.
Cool. Okay, makes sense.
But Moses' design was cool, man. I like that a lot.
Oh, that one.
That was sick. That was
You
sick.
know, it's crazy. I've seen the same color, the white and black.
Yeah.
tops kinda,
I've made that multiple times now, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
He was the first one that got the white.
I think I saw your page. It was a wedding you did.
Yeah, Mohit's actually.
I don't
He's
know.
gotten it. He's gotten one too.
You talking about Mohit the dancer?
No. He owns Olay, the restaurant.
Oh yes, I think it was his face. Yeah,
Fire.
I gotta go there. I gotta
Fire.
check it out. Yeah, I gotta check it out. Yeah. I think it was his suit. Yeah, his wedding. I saw.
Yeah.
He got married.
He got married. Yeah.
Okay,
It was in the summer. Really, and dude, it was so sick because her outfit was just like really cool, like Indian outfit in this maroon color. Took the same silhouette that we did for Modits, obviously tailored to Mohit, and added like the details that we wanted to make sure that like it was an in sync ensemble with her outfit and his. So the lapels are maroon to match the dress and had sequencing on it, and dude, it was sick.
That's awesome.
The photographer that they hired definitely understood the assignment. It was like it was nuts,
crazy.
dude. It was nuts.
So, are you working with any celebrities or no?
I feel
or will you be working?
100%. I would love that, man. I would genuinely love that, and that's why I kind of bring the Mike Murray story into play.
I mean, he is working with a celebrity.
Well, I mean, yes.
I'm just kidding. But,
you're not.
That would be dope, man.
Yeah.
That would be so dope if you are working with like you said Mike Murray. Or
I mean, I'm not working with him, but I'm saying I would embody what he did.
I'm just saying, like
that'd be
if
sick,
you get
bro.
that opportunity
That
to
would
make
be
him a suit,
so
that would be
sick.
so. I know. Good and Honest, there was a company, I forgot what. But
It's a Canadian company.
Yeah. Like that's so dope. Like I
So-
really wish and hope that comes across his page, and like he can hopefully come to the studio. Like
I would love that,
so
man.
cool.
I think I have my own take on what they should wear. Same thing with LG, right? Like, for the Met Gala, if you look at on my Instagram, I have what he should have wore, right? I had a post like that where I was like, I designed this. This is what I think he should have wore to the event, and there's always next year, which is great.
100%.
But it's that is something that will never not be on the list. I think it'd be a privilege to style a celebrity.
100%. So if let's just say if Gun Rosa came to your studio, you would tell him what you think
that he should wear.
Yeah,
that I think that he should wear based on me knowing what I know about him. Yeah.
And then obviously you talk to him to get to know.
Of course, I mean it's not gonna be like that'll be what he has to wear.
Yeah.
I'll then take his feedback on it and see if he likes it.
Okay.
But I will say I'm a little confident that I'm very confident that he will actually like what I have.
He is kind of like, from what his style is, it's very like out there. Like,
he's flashy.
He's flashy.
He's a flashy guy, bro.
So I would be interested in seeing what you would create for him.
Dude, there's this one style that I want to test out too. It's sick. I can't really explain it verbally, but you have to kind of visually see it. But I'll share it with you. It's unique. 100%. You'd be like, why the fuck are you wearing this? But it's cool as shit. Though.
I'm sure people would want to wear.
I think people would want to wear something like that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And I want to also ask you, I know you're doing a lot of tailoring and designing. Are you gonna be into maybe in the future making just like regular clothes that people wear, like sweaters
Yeah.
or shirts or anything like that? Are you gonna get into like cool
We started denim, we started sweaters, we started
polos?
shirts, polos.
Nice.
I just don't have the ability to be very intricate with them just yet. They're very minimal, they're very basic essentials.
Makes sense.
But I think it's a good stepping stone
Yeah,
because I myself, every single time I wear a suit, although this is definitely changing in the new year, and it was like it is a moment of epiphany that I love ties now out of nowhere, out of the blue.
I saw your post. Yeah.
Bro, I love ties. I don't know what it is. Ties are cool as shit.
Yeah. I remember asking you one time, like, yo, should I wear this tie?
I was like, I hate ties.
Yeah, you're like, nah, don't wear a tie, bro. Just keep it a
Dude,
shirt.
I don't know what happened, and I did a photo shoot recently, and it was I wore this tie, and it was like an old tie that I had. It's not even like a branded tie or anything, but it just went so well with the suit. It added like an extra layer and dimension to the outfit, and I was like, shit, this is cool. I want to focus more on this. So that for me personally, that in 2026, I'll be wearing more ties. But back to your question, definitely introducing a lot more like everyday wear essentials because you wear that with suits, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it works out really well.
You need a nice. I know. I seen you've worn like a blazer and then a polo or like another shirt. Like that would be cool to just rock all Darzi. You know, like that's something that I would do.
Yeah, and I've done that with outfits. Obviously not this one, but there have been outfits where it's just been all
That's
Darzi.
so
Minus
sick.
the shoes, but
That's so sick.
it was sick.
Yo,
Yeah.
would you get into
100%. I would get into it all. Like think of it as like a wardrobe, right, for you, where it's a one-stop shop. You can completely design whatever it is that you want. I don't know, man. I call it OCD or just call it trying to be like a little bit too perfect at it, which obviously there's no such thing, especially when you're in fashion. When it comes to the shoes, I have the ability to make them. I've tested them out. I'm just not happy with the product. So unless I'm happy with it, and I think honestly, man, it translates so well into whether you call it like when you look at the sales, when you look at the numbers. It translates really well. I think I'm really just good at selling what I'm more comfortable wearing and I'm happy with.
Yeah.
Because I think that is people see that in my persona. I don't know what it is. It's like it just works that way.
Yeah. No, I think you should be comfortable in, especially when it comes to shoes. But it would be
Really
dope.
anything.
Yeah, well, anything. Yeah, you're right. I'm saying shoes because I've been wearing these. I think it's Zara shoes.
Yeah, they're
And my
good.
feet, they're good. They look good, but my feet hurt.
Yeah,
That's why I said comfortability.
Yeah.
But no,
Fashion over comfort, bro. That's my motto.
100%, 100%. Are there any dream collaborations that you want to get into with other brands, designers or
So
tailors?
many, man. So many.
So
Like
many.
Polo, Ralph Lauren.
Oh yeah, that would be
Insane
awesome.
if I can add my that's South Asian touch that I have. Something unique, like the lapelless blazer that I have, or the Gala tuxedo that I have, things like that. Amiri, bro. Amiri would be sick if I can do something with them. Casablanca's that's a really, really cool brand.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
their prints. I
Yeah,
love the
yeah.
colors that they use.
Yeah. The silky shirts. Oh.
Silky shirts are crazy.
Yo,
I'm trying to think of
they're
other
hard.
brands I would do it with.
They-
Honestly, I mean, I'd rather just have them want to collaborate with me, you know?
Yeah, of course. and it's getting to that.
No,
It will,
but-
God bless.
I'd rather collaborate with individuals, right? Like, there's this artist that we're working with, Richie, and we did a Conor McGregor suit with him. He's really good at what he does, dude. His artwork is so cool. So, in a small way to incorporate that in a suit, we did a whole photo shoot with him last year, and it was like a double-breasted black herringbone black suit. Pretty basic, but the fabric was really good quality. It was like 100% wool. It was this BBC
I
fabric.
think I've seen that video.
Yeah, but on the inside was his artwork in the form of a lining. And quick story, his friend, and I don't know the exact relation, but his friend is really good friends with McGregor, and he's gifting him the painting, and he wanted to, the whole goal was when he gifted it to him, he'd be wearing the suit and show him that, and we
That's
did this
sick.
little collaboration thing.
That is sick.
And his artwork is awesome, so there's more pieces that he has, and we're working on a piece right now. It should be coming out
That's
in January,
awesome.
so it'll be sick.
Hopefully Connor is your next client.
Bro, it'd be sick. He actually saw that story. I was so hyped. I was like, shit.
Insane. Yo, you never know.
You liked it too, man. I was like,
Yo,
oh,
that's
shit.
crazy.
Yo. He wears suits a lot.
He
wears
does. I was
suits.
just gonna say.
Yeah, he wears really,
he's
really
a
cool
GQ
suits.
guy. Yeah, he's a GQ guy. And I want to get into technology and like how it would play a role in Darzi.
100%.
AI, is that something that you would think about
Massive.
future?
Massive, bro. I can show it to you right now in the chat. So we won't go to it.
Yeah.
But today I had this guy come in and he's like, I can't visualize this suit. We have an hour to meet. I literally just take a picture of this fabric, pump it into Gemini, shout out, fire, Nano Banana's insane with AI. Put this on a 2-piece double breast peak lapel, and it did that with that fabric. And now it has helped me accelerate me showing mock-ups to these clients immediately almost. And, was able to lock in that order, lock in that deal, whatever you want to call it, in that capacity as well. But I think I have a bigger play on how AI and technology can help. What I've learned in the business of just tailoring and suit making and, just garments in general, specifically just suiting world, like the process of taking measurements is so intricate and probably the most neglected process because it's like you measure chest one way, you measure shoulders one way. There's no it hasn't changed from generation to generation.
Yeah.
So how can like AI or like even robotics in the future help expedite that process, but also make it really accurate?
Interesting.
So, I have this like agent that I build through the learnings that I've had and the mistakes that I've made. And basically I pump in the measurements. So my process is that you come to the studio, I take your measurements, I take a few pictures of you. And then I put these measurements into this AI, into this agent, and along with your pictures, and I say, hey, this is the fabric that they're getting, this is the style that they're getting, this is the composition of the fabric, this is the weight of the fabric. And then I say, hey, based on the weight of the fabric, the weight on the style, and the type of the style they want, the cut that they want, like slim fit, athletic, whatever it is. How will this fabric drape on the body of this measurements? Here's the pictures as example. And it almost always tells me, hey, Rhythm, maybe you can tweak just this bit of the measurements.
Crazy.
And it allows me to then go back to the master tailor who's actually cutting it to just say, hey, here are the updated measurements and this is what we should make. And almost always, man, it's always given more accurate measurements than me just single-handedly just taking it.
That is insane.
So
AI is...
It's crazy. Now, is it 100% proven method? No, there's always, there's alterations, but anything custom there is. But I think it's only going to get better with time. So I want to spend next year really just understanding how I can make that tool better and really fix that process. Different fabrics will drape differently on you, even if they're cut the same way.
Yeah.
So even if it's not just the measurements, I think it can just always help me adjust and as a business, save more money and be more cost effective.
Makes sense.
When it comes to alterations, but also just give the customer a better experience. Like he comes in and he's gotten something that like fits him right out of the box.
Yeah, that would be cool. And you can take more if you have like the ability to like just kind of measure them on its own, like the
100%.
machine.
Yeah. There's a company in Hong Kong that does that. You walk into this like big cube with this kind of like this glass room.
It's like walking through a TSA thing.
Yeah. It's kind of like this. Yeah, I don't know how you
understand.
stand. It's kind of like probably something like that.
Yeah.
And dude, it just scans you and then it gives you the measurements, and that's pretty accurate. But
That would be cool.
I looked into it. The investment is just not viable at this moment.
Hopefully somebody's listening.
Yeah. Sponsor them.
Okay. Hopefully.
But I think when you're coming in to get a custom outfit, you do want that experience of being, measured by someone that knows what they're doing, can understand your cuts, can understand like what, you should predominantly get. So I think that part won't go away, and I don't think it should. I think that is the fun part of, walking to Darzi studio. But I think as a business, as an entrepreneur, and then also looking at it from the customer experience, these things, if they were fixed, I think it can just offer a better experience altogether.
True.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I want to get into a couple of more questions with you. One of the questions I have for young creatives that want to get into this kind of industry and like making suits, or not even suits. I know I've seen a lot of like young brands that are just making streetwear or whatever they want to get into, fashion. What advice would you give to somebody coming into this and like wanting to build something authentic?
Well, don't come into suiting, because if you do that, there's more competition for me. There's a lot of competition anyways.
Stay away!
Yeah, please. But no, I think I think I learned more with the mistakes that I made, and it's art, right? Like you'll make something, and it might not come out. It most likely will not come out the way you envisioned in your mind, and then you just try again. I think that has definitely helped me by just making. The advice is not to make as many mistakes, but don't be afraid of making the mistakes. I made a lot, and I'm still making them, and I'm still learning, which has helped me so much more than not if I didn't make the mistakes. But also just really understand the craft, man. I think like in the beginning, I didn't really spend time understanding what the tailor has to go through, or what the cutter has to go through, or what the pattern maker has to go through. But understanding how that like the back end of it really works and how those things are being taken care of allowed me to be a better person to walk into and be more confident and say like, hey, I can measure you more appropriately.
Knowing your materials.
Knowing the behind the scenes process. It helps so much, man. Honestly, if I did that sooner, I think I would have gotten a lot further. But now that I'm spending time and learning, it's like learning your craft, right?
Yeah.
Even though my hands are not really touching and cutting the fabrics, it's equally important for me to like translate that to
just like I would tell a DJ starting up. Like I start off with CDs, not vinyl, CDs. I would tell a new coming DJ like, hey, if you want to get better at blending, don't focus on scratching and doing all the other crazy stuff. You have to get better at blending and try to like not look at the screen, because now we look at the laptop screen, right? It kind of made life easier. So it's like kind of like you said, it's kind of, you have to know what you're working with, your material in your case. And that's the only way you level up each year or every month, whatever, how fast you work. So that's kind of cool, man. That's awesome.
There's a lot of synergies between your world and my world.
Oh, 100%.
At the end of the day, we're just creative.
Dude, I will say fashion and music go hand in hand. Like,
is there a potential collab happening?
Yo, there's a collab right here.
Yeah, well, apart from this, but I'm saying, how do we incorporate fashion and music together? That's like something to scratch your.
Yeah. Oh,
that'd be crazy.
Something crazy,
Yeah.
We gotta
imagine like the pinstripes or like waves of like the
wave
sounds. Yeah.
Whoa, yo.
You might be cooking something.
We should not let people know that, yo. They might take that shit. Listen, yo. Actually, we'll talk about that after. In a private time.
Yeah.
I might want to sit that way.
That's what I'm saying. That'd be sick.
That would be crazy. So I don't want to keep you here for too long. The last question, and I think this is the most important question.
Yeah.
What legacy do you want to leave behind with Darzi? And what's your own, or as Rhythm saying?
Yeah, think about that one. That's a big question, man.
Right?
I think
in the fashion world, it could be personal. It could be anything.
I think it's more so personal than the fashion world. Okay. Like I never like woke up as a kid and said, "Hey, I want to be a designer." I don't think that was like an aspirational goal of mine. I think I kind of accidentally fell into it, and I love it. I love it so much. But I think I genuinely enjoy having a conversation with someone that comes into the studio and says, hey, bro, I'm struggling in wearing what I should be wearing. Help me out. And me to walk them through that journey, whether it's like their wedding day, whether it's like, yo, bro, I'm just trying to like pick up girls, whatever it is. I mean,
look fly.
Yeah,
be like, you got a nice suit on.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah, 100%.
And I say this to my boys all the time. And I say this to you all the time as well, where it's like, bro, you can get away, like I think wearing a suit is like a license to kill. You can like you can literally get away with anything. Do not try to do something stupid off the record. Don't try this at home. Yeah. But like I think it just elevates you as an individual when you walk into a room.
Yeah.
So going back to your question, and I kind of like went on tangent, but going back to your question, I think it's just like leaving a mark, at least with that individual, saying like, hey, yo, you know what, Rhythm helped me get on this path, at least my sartorial journey. And now I feel like a happier, more confident person. I know it sounds like, very wholesome and whatnot, which it is.
It is.
But
100%.
I think that would make me, on the deathbed of life, I think that'd be cool, right? It's like, yo, you know what? People like often say this and it kind of gets like dark and grim. Where it's like, yo, how many people show up at your funeral? Imagine all my clients just show up at my funeral wearing Darzi suits. I think that'd be fucking dope, right? It's like, he made a difference in my life, and I'm here to like, pay my homage, I guess.
Damn, that
got a little deep.
That got a little deep, yeah. Yo, cheers to that, though. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that, man.
Yo,
I love the tea.
Yo, of course, tea is always good. But yo, thank you for hopping on the Tea Time Podcast, the first episode.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate you coming out and talking about Darzi.
Of course.
And I'm gonna definitely next year.
We gotta get you into this suit.
Yeah. I gotta come to the suit for sure. But hopefully next year I could get you on the podcast and you're not super busy. I want you to be busy.
Yeah.
But where you could, have a little bit of time for me and we could talk about how far we came.
100%, man. I would love that.
That would be a crazy opportunity to just talk about
I'm looking forward to it.
Next year. You know what I'm saying?
I'm looking forward to hearing all the other guests that you're gonna have on the pod, man. I think this is awesome. The setup here alone is just super impressive. You told me you're doing this, and I didn't expect to come into a studio like this. And honestly, bro, hats off to you. You're always killing it.
We're gonna do this real. We're gonna do this big, baby. We're gonna do this big.
It's tea time.
Yeah, you already know, man. Make sure you guys like, follow, and subscribe. And listen, I'm out. Tea Time Podcast. See you next time. Peace.